Hey guys, and welcome back to Skizzlecraft. So we're starting out today here in our little spawn town in the Hubster village, and you might be wondering what this monstrosity is. Best word I can think of to explain this. Well, we had a visit from Skizzleman on the server who logged on to just go AFK and leave us to do whatever we wanted. So he showed up like right here and well went AFK. So a big group of people from the server jumped in to build him his little AFK house, and well, shenanigans ensued. We went into advancement mode, see how many advancements we could give him while he was AFK, and then well, lots of other things happened. So problem is, to start with, I was recording right from the beginning, but I'd been messing with OBS settings, and well, the beginning is just a black screen for most of the building of this, but luckily that only took about 5 minutes. Once I noticed, I got that working again, and I thought everything was working until I came to editing and found there is absolutely zero Discord sounds. So you can hear me talking, you can hear the game sounds, but no one else. So the amount of the clips I was going to put in the video is going to be, well, it's going to have to be reduced. But I can't skip over all the recording we did with how much stuff we did, everything that went on. So I thought I will put some of the clips in now, and then I'll just talk you through, I'll just voice over a little bit and talk you through what we were doing. Unfortunately, you won't get the yeah, the full immersion, the full experience of what we went through of 3 hours of fun. It was just completely fun with everyone joining in to do things together, and I'll talk you through what we did instead. So let's get started. So after the initial building of the little hut, we started just working on advancements. As I said, we were just looking at things we could throw at him, at his feet, so he could pick up, because there are a lot of advancements you could do if you could get the person to click on something, but as he was AFK, it was kind of limited. So we were going through trying to figure out what we could do. So we did things like diamonds and iron and stuff like that. And then obviously there was a few things we didn't want to give up, like I just got a pair of elytra. I could have give that, but wasn't sure if I already had the advancement, which I actually found I did from the dragon fight, so that was lucky I didn't give my only elytra away. People were making armor, and we were kind of just trying to figure out a lot of the easy ones we could do. As you can see, we've got ice bucket challenge. I do have a list of all the advancements that were received, so I'll go through them. I'll go through them at the end. So it did start off a little bit slow because people kind of just showed up and didn't really know what we were going to do. So after we started doing the advancements, people were kind of running back and due to the bases, trying to figure out, well, just grab items we needed. I ran back at one point and got some, which is, as you can see here, decided let's see if we can do the light as a rabbit advancement, which needs leather boots. So we discussed someone getting some leather boots and equipping them on him with a dispenser, and I ran back to the base, being the one on the mountain, to grab a bucket of powdered snow, because then we could just kind of push him on to get that advancement. So people were still figuring out different kinds of advancements, going as hard as possible. As you can see here, Click actually made a netherite hoe and gave that away, which was their first netherite ingot. Good for them. We agreed they deserve a serious dedication advancement for that. But once we did that, we got the crafters crafting crafters, and some of these were actually good because you just have to be in the area, so there was quite a few advancements that multiple of us got, which was great as well. And we were just going through the lists. There was the smells interesting, someone did have an extra sniffer egg, and once we did this, we was just working on getting the leather boots, as you can see here. Once we got the leather boots on, so we could just replace a block with the powdered snow. Just like that, and with a little bit of push, that gave the light as a rabbit advancement. So after all these kind of smaller and easier to get advancements, we just started discussing some of the challenge advancements. I mean, we already did the serious dedication one, which was the ones that show up in purple are the challenge ones. So we kind of discussed trying to get a furious cocktail as an advancement, because that requires all potion effects. It doesn't require, it's not the secret one. I can't remember what that one's called, but the one where you need every effect in the game. This is just potion effects. So we started work on collecting all the different potions we need. I stood here and got the list because well, I didn't want to run back and do all the time. And we went through the list, and everyone ran out to grab the ingredients for a potion each. And I've got to hand it to them. It took about 6 minutes to get all the potions needed. The only one we were struggling with was the potion of the Turtle Master to get resistance, because no one had done anything with turtles yet. But we realised we could get a beacon for the resistance one, and that still counts. It's still a potion effect, but you can use a beacon to cover that. So once we went through the list and got each of the potions in the chest, we thought we can just set up a couple of dispensers. And we thought if we made them all in splash potions, we could, if might have been possible to all squish into a little hut and get the advancement all together, which would have been really fun as well. And as you can see, it didn't actually take long to start getting them all up. Even the newer potions from the trial chambers, people have already been doing trial chambers, so we got all them quite easily as well. I can't remember who it was. I know there was one person who got all the new potions that with the trial chamber loot. I just can't remember who it was. There were so many people talking at once, but it was fun. So then we went up and got the beacon. There is not many people with beacons at the minute, so luckily we could get one and just add the resistance advancement. Unfortunately, we could have built it a bit closer. That would have been the bring home the beacon advancement as well, but unfortunately we didn't build it close enough. We could have got rid of it actually and built it closer, but we were too focused on the potions. So just before we started doing it, we realised that infested was going to be one of the potions, as well as poison, which means anyone who got hit by them would start spawning silverfish. And our one rule was we weren't allowed to kill Skizz. So we had to go around and get rid of all the stone from under the base before we started, and then unfortunately, you know, things went a bit crazy and the dispensers got activated a little bit early, so we couldn't all get into the house to get the advancement. I think 2 people did get it. But once they started going crazy, we had some splash potions just to make sure the poison didn't result in a death. But you can see we actually managed to get the Furious Cocktail advancement on Skizz while he was AFK, which was a big achievement. But then again, you know, me being the silly one with flame on my sword nearly killed him trying to get rid of the silverfish. So luckily we had the instant health potions, otherwise well, that would have been the end of AFK session. So we just had to get rid of the silverfish, which was lucky. As you can see, I managed to drop them down onto the floor underneath. That was safe. And once the poison wore off, as long as no one hit each other, then no more silverfish would have spawned. So it was nice and easy to get past that. We just had to get past the poison part of the advancement. But the silverfish did keep coming. Eventually, there was a bit more calm. Once we managed to get rid of him, I managed to make sure we didn't use something with sweeping edge on while we were hitting it. Otherwise, more would have spawned. But that was that one done, and then we started going into looking at the next ones. So, looking through them here, we kind of came up with the subspace bubble. As you can see, we were trying to figure out any of the nether advancements, and the subspace bubble one we thought would be fun. Now the only problem is that's 7 kilometers, so it's 7,000 blocks in the overworld, and our board, we're at spawn, so we're at 0, 0, and our border is 5,000 blocks in each direction. So yeah, we had to kind of figure out that we had to go in one direction through another portal first, then back into the nether and in the other direction. So we started with pushing, as you can see, which we thought would be slow and taking a while when Akira Gator was smart and pulled out a fishing rod. So then everyone grabbed the fishing rods and a couple of people went out and got supplies for just stocking everyone in the group with their own fishing rods, which was fun. Especially when after a while, we began to coordinate our pulls quite easily, so it sped things up. But luckily, we were right next to the portal to the Nether hub, so we pushed Skiz through the portal there and then started heading north. So once we got into the Nether, we hoped that would be another advancement, but it's already been into the Nether, unfortunately. So that was one more that was already done. We couldn't activate. So then we decided to start going north. So I stopped for a minute and just worked out the calculations approximately, and as we were going north already, we got to the hot tourist destinations advancement, which we didn't actually think about, but the Nether tunnels do go through multiple biomes, so that was an extra one we wasn't planning on getting. So we had to go almost 300 blocks north just to be safe. We could have gone a little bit left, but there was two portals around there we could choose. One was closer than the other, so we went up into one of the portals here, and we had to lift Skiz up, so we just kind of borrowed some of the slabs just to get them up, because it's slightly higher than the floor right now. So after a little bit of messing around with that, we got Skiz up and through the next portal. Now, during all this, the chat that was going on was absolutely hilarious. You couldn't go 2 seconds without someone laughing, and because we were so many people doing things at once, sometimes we were just getting in the way of each other. Like 2-3 people would try and place blocks all at the same time. But once we got Skiz up on the platform, a couple of people pushed him through, and then back in to the Nether again, so we could start going south. So once we got all the way to the end of the south tunnel, we built the portal and, well, pushed him through. We had a little moment of hesitation when we thought no one had brought a flint and steel, but we were lucky with ender chests. And once we got Skiz through, you can see we got him the subspace bubble challenge advancement. Now I think about it, we should have all gone through the portal further down, then all of us could have got the subspace bubble. I didn't, but the portals are still there, so we can go to it anytime we want. So once we got to the overworld, we were done. We had no more ideas for advancements, and there was still quite a while until the server restarted, and well, Skiz was auto logged off. So we started doing some building. We decided to take a leaf out of Hermitcraft and build Skiz his own exile right at the border. Might not be as far as they're doing on there, but we had a little bit of fun. This took a while, and more people joined as we went during the whole AFK session. People just kind of joined, so it got busier and busier. So we all had little things to do. People were resource gathering, some people were building, some people were thinking of other ideas to do, decorating and stuff like that. So once we got a little house built, then we started decorating it a little bit. So we didn't really bring a lot of resources, so nearly everything that we were going to be using, we had to, well, harvest around. Luckily, there was plenty of trees around. We were in a little forest. People were gathering stone. There wasn't much deep slate, but someone later on did come with some deep slate as well, just to add a little bit of a little bit of variation to things. But the longer we were here, the crazier the house got, the more stuff got put in, the funnier it was, the more Easter eggs were hidden in. So we kind of added some walls in. We didn't have any glass with us, but someone went searching for sand, so we did end up making some windows as well, as you can see. Then started to decorate. Now, the one wall we didn't put a window on, we put signs up, as you can see right here, and we decided we can put all our names on this. So we all added our names to a sign, and that's the direction Skizz was actually facing, which means when he logs back in, the wall of names is what he's going to see first. Once that was done, we decided, well, we need to put our heads next to it. So, yeah, the slaughter began. We began just letting each other, letting people kill us. So we had our heads up on the wall next to our names, just on the one wall. And then we were making a bit of furniture. Some people were working on the roof. Eventually, later we found out there was something else built into the roof, which was kind of hilarious. I think I've got a clip of that. If not, I've got a screenshot and I'll show you that a little bit later on. But as you can see here, we put the heads on the walls. We found some wolves untamed and threw some bones into Skizz's inventory so we can tame them later, and named them after his own dogs. So we put one in the house and then the other two outside, because it was getting a bit crowded if we'd have put them all inside. So decorated just with normal household stuff as well. Then obviously we had to go for the customary screenshot with everyone that was joining in. So whenever we do something as a group, we need that really cool screenshot of everyone. So I've got a couple of screenshots to send to people. And then we just had to kind of carry on, except, this is where the cult of Skizz kind of started. Now, this point here is where I am really, really frustrated that I haven't got the sound, but just picture this many people walking in a circle saying his name is Skizzleman over and over again and again and again. It was absolutely hilarious. So I really wish I could have got that, and I know for next time I will double check my audio is working before I start anything. But this is actually what led to the renovation of the attic space, which I said I'll show you later, into a little cult room. So things just went further and further with decorating from this point. We were pretty much done. But then every couple of minutes someone would think of something else we could add, something fun. We managed to find more things in the area. It was actually quite a good area for collecting resources and animals. So people actually went out and found 3 black horses, which of course this is where all the Hermitcraft Easter eggs went. So we had a couple of name tags, so we managed to get the 3 horses name tagged glue stick, breadstick and drumstick, which are the 3 horses that Skizz has had on Hermitcraft. If you are not watching Skizz, then you really should go and watch it because it's hilarious. So once we got them named and put in the right order, because it just had to be in the right order, then came the extra little Easter eggs hidden around, and just a few fun things. Everyone had their own little ideas to do. As you can see, we were just getting the horses in the correct order, moving them around a little bit. But then once this was done, we were pretty much done for the day. So a lot of people left to go back and play on their own stuff. A lot of people logged off. A couple of us stayed just to make sure everything was tidy up the front of the house, check everything was, safe, spawn-proofed, shut the door, things like that. But this was about 2 minutes before the actual server shut down. So this was kind of how we left it. So that was it for the AFK session. So with everything finished, the server restarted for the day. Obviously that kicks everyone off, and with Skizz being AFK, he's not exactly here anymore. Technically he is. So when he logs back on, he will be stood here looking in this direction. So this is the view that will show up. when eventually logs back in to see what happened with his AFK session. So I think we did okay. From starting out at spawn, just stood on a piece of grass, to his hut, all the advancements, and well, the exile hut. We have all the names of all the hupsters that joined in with the AFK session, and it was so much fun. I really do wish that I had the recording, the voice part of the recording. I don't know what happened. I'll have to figure out a way to get that fixed before next time we have some on Discord. But for now, we're all done and dusted with Exiled. We do have this marked on the map, so if anyone wants to claim their base close by or in this area, well, we've already built something, so they have to kind of be careful. But it's marked in, and this is where it's going to stay. So I hope you guys liked the video. I know we didn't get anything done on the base today, but I really wanted to get the shenanigans added. It's fun sometimes to skip the building and the resource gathering and just go for a little bit of fun with the other guys on the server. So let me know what you thought of the video. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.